Well, hey guys, I'm glad y'all came back. We've got original Philadelphia cooking cream this week. And I was trying to figure out what to make with it. And you know me, I have to take a new spin on old favorites. So this time, I think what we're going to try is what some girlfriends back home in Texas call a cheesecake sopapilla. We use 2 cans of Pillsbury crescent rolls and cream cheese with lots of sugar and some butter, you know, because even as Paula says, butter makes it better. But I can't just do it the way they make it. We've got to put a spin on it. So if you've listened to any of my other recipes, if you know my husband, then you know he loves apples. So we're going to do an apple cheesecake sopapilla. Kind of a new twist on even my apple cheesecake cupcakes, because apples are kind of my signature fruit. So what do we have here? Well, as you can see, we've got a 9x13 baking dish. I've already got 1 can of crescent rolls laid out in it. Second can will go on top for our top crust. We've got some shredded apples, lovely Philadelphia cooking cream. We've got butter that we're going to pour on top. We've got a stick of butter that we're going to saute our apples in. Some sugar to cook in with it, some cinnamon, some allspice, some vanilla, and more sugar and cinnamon that we're going to sprinkle on top when we get done. So, now we need to get everything mixed up. Sit tight and we'll be right back. So we've got our apples in the skillet. We've got our stick of butter. We've got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of allspice. And we're just letting it cook in, get the flavor through it, because it's always better that way. You want to mix it up good so that that nice, solid, dark brown color you see coming through spreads throughout. It's just a little bit longer, and we'll be ready to go. There we go. Smell-o-vision needs to happen. This is going to be fabulous. We are back, and it's time to mix everything up. We've got that fabulous apple mixture and the wonderful Philadelphia cooking cream. You guys know I'm a fan. I seriously can't wait till this stuff comes out in the grocery stores, because I'm almost out of what they send me and I need more. I want to cook more with it. It's such a great ingredient. So that pesky habit of having to let your cream cheese soften is gone. We just add it right in and mix it right up. And like usual, you want to mix it well. You want to make sure you don't have any clumps of apple or clumps of cream cheese. Oh, this is going to be so delicious when we get done. And seriously, this is probably one of the easiest recipes you can come up with. So if you've got a bake sale, you just want to spoil the kids one afternoon, you've got a special someone you want to surprise, this would be a great dessert treat. So we are good to go. We're just going to take our bowl and just pour it right across the top of that dough that we've spread out. Get all of that gooey goodness. And we use our spoon to spread it out. Get it nice and even. And next up, we need to put that top layer of dough on. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. We're ready to roll out this dough. You just take the roll as it came out of the can, peel it across, and we're just going to lay it across the top here. If it breaks apart, that's perfectly fine. As it bakes up, it'll come back together. So just unroll it as you go across the pan. You can even scooch it down a little bit if you need to. If you have a little bit of dough at the end, it's perfectly fine. Like I said, it's going to bake up into a nice crust across the top of this wonderful sopapilla. So next, we want to take our butter and drizzle it right across the top. And this next step seems a little odd, but I promise you it's good. Instead of mixing the vanilla in, we're going to drizzle it across the top. Nice little zigzag pattern. We've got our ½ cup of sugar. Same thing. Now I'm using turbinado. You can use white refined. This is what I generally keep around. It has a richer flavor to me. So we want to make sure we spread out that sugar evenly. Get a nice good coat on top. There we go. last but not least, a little bit more cinnamon. So just take that other 2 teaspoons that we called for and just sprinkle that right across the top. This is going to be great. Next up, 350 degrees in the oven for 30 minutes. So off we go. Wonderful. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, that looks wonderful. So let's take a bite. Oh, it's fresh and gooey. This might make a mess as we try to plate it. Look at that deliciousness. I can't wait to take a bite, can you? I'm telling you, smell a vision, it needs to happen. Wonderful. Again, another great recipe for the books. So remember, 2 cans of crescent rolls, a 10-ounce container of the Philadelphia Original Cooking Cream, 2 apples, peeled, sliced, shredded, however you need to make it happen, a total of a cup of sugar. We put a half a cup of it when we cooked up the apples, and then we put a half a cup on top, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon when we cooked up the apples, 2 teaspoons on top, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of allspice when we cooked it up, and we had a half a cup of butter that we used when we cooked it up, and then a 1/4 cup that we poured on top. We baked it for 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and it came out perfect. See you next time.